trying to lose weight, we get information from fitness experts, books, weight loss experts, FitFam, even the internet. So many information, so many remedies to losing weight. Some would advise that you eat less and exercise more like some of these people are doing here. Others will tell you to reduce fatty food, oil, carbohydrates. So many information out there. So on Community Report this week, we would like to take a look at weight loss and the market it provides for weight loss experts. I'm Victoria Idowu. Welcome to the show.
A crowd of people, all in different shapes and sizes, going about their businesses. Tall, dark, slim, handsome, short, fat, all made by God. The veracity in the shapes and sizes of people come with no surprise, because no two people can ever be the same. While some would have a small, slim frame, no matter the amount of food they consume, others will have a dress size with any little thing that goes into their mouth. A body gains weight when more energy as calories gained from food and beverage consumption is more than the amount of energy expended. This is a story of determination and progress. This is a story of women who have at one time in their lives struggled with their weight. And today, they have not only made progress, but they have also stayed consistent.
After I decided to lose weight by myself for myself. So what happened to me was that I got tired of fad diets and yo-yo dieting. So I was one of those that you see me on one day rather, I could be a size 20 on one day. You see me the next week, I'm maybe a size 16 and you're like, oh my God, you've lost so much weight. And you see me the next 2 weeks after and I'm back to square one again, because I've done like pretty much every diet that you can think of, until I got tired and just said, you know what, enough is enough. And then I started to think about creating general lifestyle habits. And so what I did was that I didn't cut out every single food group from my diet. What I did was that I don't have a reason to do so. I didn't have a reason to do so rather, except for the fact that I had like severe hyperacidity. So I had to avoid eating certain foods on an empty stomach. For example, very acidic fruits, e.g. pineapples and limes, lemons on an empty stomach would irritate me. But what I focused on was, I thought to myself, you know what, I want to lose weight and I wanted to be consistent with it, and I wanted to create lifestyle changes.
My husband is a tall, handsome, young-looking guy, and here I am looking like his mom. So, I mean, his mom was even looking finer than I was. So, I mean, if there was nothing to ginger me, my first ginger has to be, let me stop looking like this guy's mom and look like his bae for once in this lifetime. So, he took me to about 3 pharmacies outside, and I climbed on those scales, and some gave us 8 kg, some gave us 9 kg, and we were stunned. We were surprised. I think that was all the motivation I needed. I'm a self-driven person. I just need to see results. Once I see results, I'll do all it takes. So I began, and I kept going and going and going and going. And at the end of 4 months, I had lost 33 kilograms. Yes, at the end of 4 months, I had lost 33 kilograms. When my husband's friends saw me, they were like, guy, you marry new wife. And it was like, no. I mean, going from to, it was a surprise for everyone.
Every morning, Bose Ogunboye picks up herself with continuous determination to stay fit and lose weight. She starts out with this. The moves to carrying this 40 kg worth of tire back and forth. Carrying yourself upside down can't be that easy. I wonder myself if I am capable of doing this. I think I can surprise myself sometimes.
Exactly. Yes. Come on, good. Yeah, lift it up. Slowly. You see how fast every attitude. Good girl. Now stand straight. Don't move, just stand straight. Go down a bit again and drop it. Drop it. Let it get to the ground before you drop it. That's one. That's just one.
No, that's okay. That's
At size 32, at 210 kg, how did she get there in the first place?
The process has been a very interesting one, and I always laugh when people send me messages or they comment, how did you get this drastic weight loss? They always like using the word drastic, like I slept on Monday and I woke up on Friday and I became slim. But I'm almost on my 8th journey, 8th year on the journey, and it's an up and down journey. I started about 7 years ago, cutting down on carbs and sugar and fatty stuff. I changed my diet. I changed my menu completely. I realized that it was going to be for life. You know, most of the time when we start this weight loss journey, we do it for 1 month and then we expect that we go do 1 month and lose 30 kg. And when the doctor told me, give yourself 3 years to get an appreciable weight loss, I thought, I can't survive 3 years, you know. But gradually, I started. As at the time I started, I couldn't do exercises. I was too big to do exercises. Even doctors advised me against it because my heart would not have been able to handle all the heavy stuff. So I concentrated more on my food. I changed my diet. I ate healthy. I did stretches. I did little walking. I started doing household chores. Those were my exercises.
And after years of accumulation of the excess weight, our health started to suffer for it.
The truth is, I didn't plan to lose weight to this extent when I started. I just wanted to lose a bit of weight because my health was in jeopardy, and almost everything I complained to the doctors, they kept saying, lose weight. You have headache, lose weight. You have stomach pain, lose weight. Everything was about lose weight. So I said, okay, it's very simple. I would lose like 30 kg, look better. I mean, I was a comedian. I was always making my jokes about being fat anyway, so what's the big deal? But by the time I started seeing results, I started seeing the health benefits. I was sleeping better. I was less tensed. I had less anxiety issues. So many things were being reset in my body. It just became a lifestyle, and I just continued. And of course, when people start saying, oh, oh my God, you're going down and all that, that also helped. And it encouraged me to stay on the path. So by the time I had lost like 40 kg, it was now easier to do exercises. And I started exercising.
And that's the story of Bose de Olufunke Ogunboye. A lot of us know her as Lekwasio's Bose. A person's weight is usually determined by the amount of calories they eat or drink. Apparently, these calories consumed over a period of time would either increase, stabilize, or decrease your weight. It all depends on the proportion and intensity.
To gain weight, you must be in a calorie surplus. To lose weight, you must be in a calorie deficit. To maintain your weight, you must be in a calorie equilibrium. I would explain these to you. Now, you asked about weight gain specifically. For you to be able to gain weight, you have to be eating more than your body is burning, more energy than your body is burning. Now, when I talk about energy, I'm referring to calories. So you must be eating more calories than your body is expending, or more calories than your body is using. Because if you are eating lower calories than your body is using, you will be losing weight. But if you are maintaining some sort of balance, then that's an equilibrium. Some sort of balance, that means you'll be maintaining your weight. And so I always tell people, weight loss, yes, it may be a little bit tricky and a little bit difficult at the start. It may seem difficult at the start, but it actually gets better with time if you deal with a professional and you get the hang of it, because you're able to eat more. If you keep eating with a weight loss state of mind, you will keep shrinking for the rest of your life until you get to a size 0 and there's no more fat to lose on your body. So for those who need to gain weight, they must be eating in the calorie surplus. And you don't have to eat unhealthy to gain weight, by the way.
The World Health Organization says that the prevalence of overweight people have been increased by 20% over the years. In Nigeria, the prevalence of overweight individuals range from 20 to 35%, while the prevalence of obesity range from 8% to 22%. According to the National Institute of Health, obesity and overweight together are the second leading cause of preventable deaths in the United States. An estimated 300,000 deaths per year are due to the obesity epidemic.
Know your body. Know what works for you. Rule number 1. If you can figure that out, you'll be able to lose weight and maintain the weight forever and ever. If you wake up in the morning and you have a cup of coffee, whether with your milk and your honey, by the way, honey has more calories than sugar does. So what shall it profit a man to say, oh, I'm on a weight loss journey, then you are pouring all the honey in this world in your tea or coffee.
Are you for real?
It's healthier than sugar. So this is where quality versus quantity comes in. Honey is healthier than sugar. The quality of the calories in honey, you cannot compare it to the quality of calories in white sugar. White sugar is rubbish. I do eat some white sugar sometimes because sometimes I want to eat cake and puff puff without fit farming in any shape or form. But per tablespoonful of honey is approximately 64 calories per tablespoonful. For sugar, it's 40. And so I'll use myself as an example, actually. When I gave birth, when I had my first child 11 years ago, 2009, I lost weight in pregnancy. But within 6 to 7 weeks after pregnancy, I was feeling really good that people were telling me I had lost weight after pregnancy. Most times it's the opposite. So I was feeling really good with myself and I wanted to keep up with that weight loss. So I thought to myself, I'm going to do more. I'm going to cut out white sugar and I'm going to just use honey. Because in my mind, honey was healthier and lower calories. But as the Bible says, my people perish for lack of knowledge. And so I would literally finish like a bottle of honey, the average maybe like about 700 ml. I'll finish it within 2 to 3 days, thinking to myself, I'm eating healthy. In fact, I used to brag. I'm like, me, sugar? No sugar. Then time to step on the scale 7 weeks later, 20 kilos. What happened? Thinking to myself, what happened? What went wrong? I was eating right, actually. I didn't eat much junk. I was very cautious. Then I realized that on the average, based on the honey I was eating alone, I was having my entire, and I was very sedentary at that point in time. I was having approximately 1,000 something calories just from eating honey every day.
According to study, obesity is a major health problem with an increasing trend of overweight and obese individuals in developing countries. Being overweight is known to contribute significantly to morbidity and mortality rate in various countries around the world. Obesity has reached epidemic proportions globally, with at least 2.8 million people dying each year as a result of being overweight or obese. This problem can really be attributed to what people eat, although depression has a part to play.
All classes of food contain one common denominator: calories. That means every food you eat has calories except for water. The average woman needs about 2,000 calories per day to maintain her weight. And for her to lose 1 pound per week, she needs 1,500 calories. On the other hand, the man needs an average of 2,500 calories to maintain his weight and 2,000 to lose 1 pound of weight per week. However, this depends on a number of factors. Let's talk about those factors when we come back from this break. You're welcome back to the show. We've been talking about weight loss. Now let's talk about calories, how to shed these calories, and exercises.
Losing weight also largely depends on several factors like metabolism, physical activities, and body composition. While losing water quickly on a low-carb diet is possible, it's not advisable. One major challenge is snacking on food with very high calories but are low on nutritional content.
The basic which we know is eating right. Fruits, vegetables, whole grains. Eating right cannot be overemphasized. There is this adage that says you are what you eat. If you eat good food, you get good body. If you eat bad food, you get bad body and all of that. So basically, you are what you eat.
Losing weight requires a deliberate effort to eat right and drink lots of water.
Now, what does water do? It aids your digestion. It empty calories. So in most cases, you are fuller for longer. One psych I like to play a lot is if you feel you're hungry, take water. Because most of the time, it might just be that you're thirsty and not hungry. So take water until you find out that the hunger pangs keep coming concurrently, then you know you're actually hungry. Then really, when we are hungry, we know. Because what a lot of us do is, we see a lot in the office, small chops will pass. At home, they are cooking. You know, we just eat with our eyes and we want it all in. So yes, eating right, taking loads of water. Sleep. Sleep is very important. Sleep is as important as eating right and taking loads of water.
Individuals who are overweight have a general feeling of being body shamed when their weight is referred to. How then do you strike a balance between telling the truth about a person's weight and body shaming?
There's a difference between body shaming people and tough love and advice. For me, body shaming is when you have not seen me for a long time, for example. I have just said hello to you, and the first thing you are saying is, see, look at you, see, you're not doing anything about it. That's body shaming. But I have a friend, Rachel. I remember recently I called her and I said, Rachel, thank you. Just thank you. She just called me and she was like, I want to say something to you and I don't want you to be upset. But say, please now, look at yourself now. You are so beautiful. Why? Look at you. Help yourself now. I remember she doesn't know how to speak Yoruba, so she was trying to say it in Yoruba. Ọ̀rẹ́ mi, Odejo, help yourself now, ọ̀rẹ́ mi, please. And you could see that it was coming from a place of love. You could see it was coming from a place of affection. She wants it to be better for you. That kind of person is not body shaming you. That kind of person wants better for you. But if you don't know me and on social media you see my picture and the first thing you say is, what's wrong with this one? See how big she's looking. That is body shaming. You don't know me, you don't know my story. You shouldn't be putting your mouth in my space. You understand? That is body shaming. You don't know anything about this person. You just come, you just see the person's picture and you're attacking the person.
When I was very big, starting from when I was in SS1, I remember they used to call me, I would just hear, Biggie. Abigi. Agrippa. I had different nicknames because I was big. They used to call me Agric. But at that point in time, my confidence was on another level. I thought I was the hottest thing ever. So even though they used to call me Biggie, I still thought to myself, I'm bigger than you, but I'm so hotter than you. Like I had confidence because my mother used to tell me from growing up, oh my God, you're so beautiful. So in my mind, I was beautiful. There's nothing anybody else could tell me. I would walk into the room after school. My mother would just say, she would speak Yoruba then. Hey, Womabushi, fine. My child is fine. So my mother told me that every day. So I honestly thought I was, looking back at those pictures, I'm like, my mother was lying, but Yoruba is agbalagba king puro. So, but my mother had told me that so much that my confidence was, maybe it was because I grew up in a single parent home, or I don't know, whatever it is, she boosted my self-confidence. But people still insulted me at that point in time. When I lost weight, they said I did surgery. Some people told me, you look sick, stop. You look sick now, or you look sick now. The same people that are telling me, you are so fat, make sure you do something about your weight. At this age, almost 20 something, you are looking as if you're in your 40s. Lose weight, lose weight. I lost weight, you are now telling me that I'm looking sick. The same people, same set of people. I remember one of my aunties saying to me, báwo lo ṣe rí báyìí? I'm a pé aṣọ fún ẹ pé kò jò, but eléyìí ti pọ̀ jù. Kò dára mi like bó ṣe look. Oh, you look sick. And everybody will say, some will say, oh wow, well done, you look good. Other people, you look sick. Some, you did surgery. They will still abuse you. Then I decided to myself, maybe I'm looking sick. Let me try to just increase the weight a little bit and even have small flesh. Maybe that way I can balance it out, and that way people will not really abuse me anymore. They won't say I'm looking sick. It now became, you have now gained some weight, oh wow, I like the way you were looking before. That's some people. So fat, they will abuse you. Overweight, they will abuse you. So size 20, they abuse me. Size 18, they abuse me. Size 16, they still abuse me. 14, they abuse me. 12, they abuse me. 10, they abuse me. They are still abusing me as we speak. Do you understand? Some people will still see me and think, you look, why are you looking like this? No, I prefer you when you were fatter. Some people still told me, I'll post my pictures sometimes online and I'll get comments like, you actually looked better when you were bigger. You can't please anybody.
Weight gain, like we already know, has been attributed to the amount of food intake. Liking food really may not be the problem, but eating wrongly and at a bad time is the major issue.
Let me say I regulate my food now. I do a lot of fruits. I do a lot of vegetables. And when I say vegetables, I mean all vegetables. Steamed ones, cooked ones, raw ones, salads, veggies generally. I do proteins. Then I regulate my carbs. Like I eat rice once a week. When I started, I used to eat rice once in 3 weeks, once in 2 weeks. So I used to look forward to my rice day. I do yam once in a month or twice a month, depending. If it is the season when yam does not last long and I don't want my yam to get spoiled, I do it twice a month. I hardly do swallows, maybe once in 3 months. I totally cut off sugar. I try as much as possible to DIY 80% of the things that enter my body. So even when I feel like eating junk, even when I feel like taking ice cream, I try to make them myself. If I want to take juices, I try to create them myself so that to a certain extent I have an idea of exactly what is inside it.
A lot of the stories we hear emphasizes the fact that when trying to lose weight, a lot of people try different things.
Per session was like 30,000. So the lady would come to my house. She would come with she asked me, oh, get your blanket ready, hot water, shea butter. She had like a mixture. Then they will now cover me with a blanket and with the steam, maybe like 3 different buckets with the steam. And you have to cover your whole face, your head, everything. And you'll be there. They'll tell you that the more heat your body is getting, the more weight loss. I'm thinking to myself, the thing can be very hot, but I'll just be there like, damn, take it. And then when we're done with the session, maybe like after 1 hour, they will now say, step on the scale. I'll now step on the scale. I'm like, wow. Literally 2 kg or 2.5 gone. Duh, it's not rocket science. But I didn't know better then. I was sweating out. I was sweating like crazy. So obviously that's why it looked like I had dropped weight immediately. And I was like, wow, if this is how to lose weight, I will pay for this. Come on, every day. After work, please be here by 6 p.m. at least every day, But one day, my people really perish for lack of knowledge. One day I decided that, okay, usually I'll check my weight and just feel hot with myself and just go about my day, my evening. But one day I decided, okay, I would usually be very thirsty after these sessions because obviously I've been sweating tons. I used to sweat like bucket loads of water. Like the whole duvet, the whole blanket would be soaked, drenched, and then they have to wash it and go spread it outside or put it in the dryer, whatever it is. So I drank water one day, and for the first time I decided, you know what, I drank a whole bottle. I was so thirsty that day or more. Then I stepped on the scale. I was like, wait, but I lost 2 kg today. Why am I almost 3 kg heavier immediately after? That's when I realized that the scale is actually a liar. So it's just one of the means of measuring progress, but not the best way to measure progress.
When the process of losing weight starts, a person needs to constantly check the body mass index to be sure of the progress. Weight loss starts from the mind and then translates to the food eating as well as physical activities.
So yeah, it's been a lot of exercising today. Apparently there is no one-size-fits-all solution to weight loss. But one thing that resonates in all our conversations so far is the fact that to lose weight, food is a major factor. Reduce your food portion, add a bit of exercise, and you'll well be on your way to losing that excess fat that bothers you. I am an example. If I can do it, you also can do it. But in the meantime, remain confident and comfortable in your skin. And that's all we'll take on Community Reports this week. Thank you so much for watching. If you missed any part of the show, you can check it on our YouTube channel. You can also send your comments to the social media handles showing on your screen. Till I see you next week, remember to lose some weight. Bye for now.